welcome to everybody coming tonight. We're excited to share everything we have going on tonight. We hope that everybody in our community is doing amazing. We know these times have been really difficult. Has anybody heard the word unprecedented too many times by now? I imagine most of you have. And we know most of these past few months have been difficult for everyone, especially for many members of our community. We hope that you and your family and friends are keeping well in spite of the challenging events of the past few months. We know that many of you are eager to find community options for you and your family. And the question everyone here wants to ask is, will AAFS traditional summer programs operate in 2020, now in the summer of 2020, given the province has chosen to accelerate some of the relaunch strategy? The answer is no. AAFS is passionate about what we do, and it was not an easy decision to pause our in-person programming. And it won't be a quick and easy process to relaunch all these in-person programs. We are putting considerable thought and effort into our planning and remain committed to the principles we established early on in this process and our core values as an organization. We need to figure out how to keep our 800 plus member families, staff, volunteers, all safe and meet the reopening requirements. We are entrusted with the care of so many people, each with unique needs, and we take that responsibility very seriously. We are working with all of our community partners, some of whom are here tonight. Suzanne Jacket from Between Friends also chairs the CAN Recreation Committee, which brings together partners working in recreation and disability so we can work on solutions as a community. The key factors under consideration before we relaunch our in-person programming are the health and safety of our members, staffs, and volunteers, a phased approach to opening our programs, and equal and equitable access to programming for all of our members. Our plan is to open as soon as possible, and when we do, to be stronger than ever. Thanks to everybody for coming tonight. We're excited to share some updates on what we have planned for the summer and give everybody a chance to ask the questions they want answered. So you're welcome to enter your questions into the Q&A portion of the chat bar to the right on your screen. You can also vote on those questions if there's something that you really want answered. I will preface this that you're welcome to ask any question, but do be prepared to get some we don't knows or I don't know. We'll do our best to answer everything we can. Everything we come up with tonight that we can't answer, we'll take away and answer as a team and post and send out to our members about everything that's answered from those questions. So all that said, you can start asking your questions in this question bar, but sorry, I've lost the wrong tab here. So now I'm going to introduce Karen Whiteman is going to come up on stage, and she's going to give an address from the board. I see that Simonetta can't hear me. Is everybody else able to hear me?
I can hear you just fine, Dean.
Okay. I'm sorry, home. I see some of the things. Message me if you can. There may be some things. Check your speakers. Check some of your volumes. And we can, there, Christian says, refresh your page. Perfect. Now here's Karen Whiteman from the board. Thanks, Karen.
No problem. Thanks, Dean. To me as it is to the rest of you guys. So I'm speaking to you from my home office. First of all, I want to acknowledge who's here from our board of directors. And so we've got Ian Menzies and Richard Arsenault who are joining me here from our board of directors. From a lead team perspective, Aaron DeSouza, Anaïk Marcel, Brittany Morrison, Scott Godfrey, and Christian Kostinek. So I want to just say hello from the board. The board of directors we're a team of volunteers who are here to support Dean and the leadership team in the work that you're doing. Sorry, and Dean says, and Nancy Scott. Sorry. So we really want to acknowledge the work that Dean and his team have been doing. Let you know, volunteers, and all we are here to do is to support the work of AAFS. So I hope all of our members and their loved ones are keeping safe and healthy. Our board and Dean continue to work through these unprecedented times. I know, Dean, I'm tired of that too, over the past almost 4 months. We are continually impressed by and grateful for Dean and the entire leadership team who have had to navigate these interesting times by finding new ways to stay connected with our members, who are missing AAFS programs and outings. We miss that too. We miss seeing the busy class, hearing about the adventures of our staff and members, especially as summer approaches. Be assured that the board remains committed to ensuring that AAFS can weather these times so we can restart our programs safely and equitably. As Dean says, we really want to make sure that we live our values. Thank you for your patience as we continue to find new ways, like tonight, to stay connected with you while ensuring that AAFS opens in ways that make sense for our members and an environment that makes the health and safety of our community our first priority. You don't want to hear any more from me, so I'll turn it back to Dean.
Mike, thanks, Karen. Yeah, we couldn't do what we do without our board of directors. If anybody here tonight is interested in learning more about being on the board and what it takes and what we do, definitely track down Karen, Ian, myself, Richard. Any of the board members are happy to chat with you about that. Now I'm going to bring up Aaron DeSouza, our manager of operations, to give an address about some of the things he's got going on right now.
There we go. Thanks, Dean. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our first town hall using the virtual forum. This is pretty neat, and as you can tell, we're learning, and we appreciate your learning with us tonight. So I wanted to give a little bit of an update about what we've been doing in the background. But actually, before we do that, I just want to perhaps mention, and I'll just do first name only. We have quite a few of our staff that are on the virtual town hall. So I just want to name them out in no particular order. And so I also at the same time would like to thank you for being part of this town hall tonight. So from our social experience team, we have Owen, Diane, we have Scott, we have 2 Connors, we have Kenneth, we have 2 Marks, we have only 1 Anton, Becky, Sonia, Ellen, John, Anique, Ken, I already mentioned Ken, Homa, Anna, Whitney, Alexa, Liam, Tyler, Kelsey. We have 2 Chris's, David and Piper. And if I missed your name, I apologize. I just quickly did a scan through the chat here, but thank you for being part of this. And yeah, thanks for joining us. So now we'll move on to what we've been doing operationally. You might be asking yourself, well, how does AAFS shut down and still maintain a core group of staff? Well, as many of you know, the Canadian government has been very generous in its subsidies. And so AAFS has been able to participate in the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy, also known as CEWS. And so that's allowed us to maintain a core group of staff to continue developing our programs, enhancing our website, which is something I'll show you here shortly, and working on various improvements to some of the things that our members don't necessarily see. So another thing that we're working on is policy. It's Scott, thank you to the Government of Canada. So a few things that we have to make sure that we're in line with is, before we open, is that we have a clear policy on health and safety, and understanding how health and safety applies to AAFS and how we apply it to our clubhouse when we're out in the community, when we're in other spaces. And so we have a lot of work to do. And this isn't easy work. The current environment that we are facing as a nonprofit in Alberta, this is challenging and complex. And so as we're seeing the province is transitioning from the initial response to a recovery phase. And so we believe that we will reopen. As Dean mentioned, we haven't really closed. We remain open. We have a core group of leadership staff, but before we have in-person meetings or in-person activities, there's a lot that needs to happen. And one of those is defining that clear health and safety policy. Another thing I think we'll be faced with is a growing concern with mental health. And personally speaking, mental health is very, very important to me, and it's important that our staff feel supported and our members are also supported when they come back, because we know we have a lot of work ahead of us and we need to be prepared to do it. So we're working hard to address some of these issues that I've talked about today. All right, and so what else are we working on? So another thing that we're working on is our website, and I'm just going to give you a little tidbit here. There we go. So most of you have probably seen how our website looks today, and this is on my, well, that's on my right, hopefully it's on yours too, how our new site is going to be looking. So if you can't see it, because it is a little bit blurry if it's small, in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see that there are 4 arrows, which you can make full screen, and it will basically take over your screen. So you can get a little snapshot of what our new site is going to look like. And the plan is for this site to launch in November. So along with this launch of our website, there will be a new parent portal where parents can log in and update their child profile or member profile. So we have a lot of new exciting things rather that are coming down the pipe that we're really excited that we've been working on in the back end. And this is only a few of many, many projects that we've been working on. So thank you for your time. Thank you for being part of this town hall. And next up in line, I'm going to introduce, sorry, I'm clicking buttons. I'm going to introduce Scott Godfrey, who is our program coordinator of Active Lifestyles. Scott Godfrey.
Oh, hey everybody. I am now trying to find my my thing. So my name is Scott Godfrey. I am one of the program coordinators, and we've actually changed from being program coordinator of specialized programs. Throughout this, we had a chance to sort of sit back and look at some philosophies, and it's now Active Life. What we are working on that has gone forward, we've done some things like weekly workouts. We posted on Instagram and Facebook pretty well every Wednesday since early April a 5 to 20 minute long video that provides participants with an insight into the presenter's perspective on fitness. Some of these presenters are community partners through the University of Calgary, Mount Royal, through various other community partners, such as the Calgary Roughnecks or Premier Lacrosse League and other people. And what they're doing is providing stretches and exercises that they enjoy that can be done at home. And actually some of them through Rugby Canada, they're actually training in their living rooms. We've also been working on through, in collaboration, myself and Christian, we've started AAFS Storytime and Books Adventure. It will probably be, it will start within 2 weeks, every Tuesday, and morph into Thursday. We're going to start with James and the Giant Peach. We're looking at Sherlock Holmes episodes, Winnie the Pooh, and BFG by Roald Dahl. So people will be able to come, listen for about 20 minutes to half an hour, and watch because the page will be played. And if people need, we can actually email them PDFs. We're also looking at doing some virtual or remote programming, like a virtual geocaching and scavenger hunt is something we're looking at doing. So these aren't things we've scheduled, but these are some of the things we're in discussion. The virtual safari is another option where we'll have people take over Instagram and take you on a northern safari through Weaselhead or Fish Creek Park. That's through the Canadian Wildlife Federation Wild Outside program that had hoped to be involved with our camping this summer, but that didn't happen. We're rounding up some community partners to do a skills resource library for active life programs such as lacrosse, rugby, ball hockey, where community partners and experts will have videos available of the skills that people will learn when we do face-to-face programming, and those will then be able to be accessible to them through YouTube. So they can go practice in their backyard, and as we do face-to-face, they can practice on their own. We're looking at doing a cooking class. Formatting is a lot. There's so many different choices, but these are the things that we are actively considering while we have to be remote and we can't be in the same room, club, or on the same field together. A couple of other things to look at. We do have community partners that are opening outside of your larger facilities. Calgary Central Sportsplex and Breathe Parkour are becoming quite active. I know Olympus Boxing and Vision Sports Center are offering opportunities now. I don't know what those are, but I know that they are advertising as of 4 days ago, 4 different things. So that's basically some of the things that we are working on. If you have ideas, please call us, please email us, please text me. The same thing account goes now as went before, that our ideas come from our members and our staff. I just get to be a used car salesman and make it look good, or make myself look good. That's the program update on my side. I'd also like to acknowledge Dean is going to show, just before we hand it over to Brittany, Dean is going to show an example of one of the videos that runs on Instagram and Facebook weekly. Dean, if you could cue that and take it away, please. Great. So that's an example of some of the things we're doing. Ryan has taken some time, as have many people. All of the credit for these online videos and workout things go to Kelsey Hofstetter. We put the call out and people started pouring in opportunities and requests. She's done an amazing job, and all of the credit for those goes to Kelsey. Thank you, Ryan, for his contributions. And I could list 100 people. It's been an exciting and unique time, and we've had some amazing ideas that we're still going to try and move forward with. Again, if you have ideas, email, call, text. I hope everyone's well. You're all missed. It's been a very unique time. And I think the precedent set for me is that every SCG and every member of AAFS and every staff is missed. And I'm just really glad I get to talk to you, and I look forward to maybe answering questions and hanging out with you guys after and just catching up. Because like I said, Grandpa Scott misses everybody. And now I'm going to hand it over to Brittany Betham Morrison. Brittany, take it away.
I like that I got full named there. Hi, everyone. I hope that you're all doing so well. And I get the chance tonight to tell you guys about the amazing virtual programming that we are offering right now. All of these things are on our events calendar, so make sure to sign into your AAFS account and check our calendar, as things are also getting updated regularly. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is Netflix parties. This is a great opportunity to watch a movie with friends. We have a secure chat link in there so that our members can chat with each other as they're watching them. Yes, Christian does run those ones. And if you don't want to chat, that's fine. You can also just watch the movie and know that you're watching it with other people as well. On the same nights that we're doing our Netflix parties, we are also doing dance parties. These are really fun. We have a Zoom. Everyone pops in. They give requests for different songs. I add it to a playlist. I do run those ones. And we just dance and have a lot of fun. Those usually run for about an hour, but they have been a ton of fun. And sorry if you guys can hear that in the background. We'll delete that. There we go. And yeah, come sign up for them. They're a lot of fun, and everyone likes to dance, right? We are also offering a social media and healthy habits online in these unprecedented times. We are all experiencing the digital world a lot more than we were before. This is a really awesome course that's teaching our members how to navigate the online and digital world and to do it in a healthy way, and realizing boundaries that they may have with the online world that they didn't realize. You can sign up for this course through our events calendar as well. We are also doing regular vault calls every week with our Adult Day program. Every Thursday, we get together for an hour and we just chat. We're looking at implementing these calls into more programs so that people can just see familiar faces and people that they're probably missing right now because they're used to seeing a lot more often. We are running Dungeons and Dragons online as well. D&D is a role-playing fantasy game that uses dice to help determine the course of the game. Members create their own characters that they take on epic quests with their teams. The next session is starting July 6th, and there is space. It runs on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays.
Hi, everybody. Now I'm on, right? Sorry, I clicked something wrong there and I didn't work. Hey, everybody. So thanks for coming. We're going to do some Q&A right now. And I think there's a couple questions in there. One about programs hoping to run virtually. And any other members of the lead team that are here that want to jump on stage, you should be able to. And then I don't feel so lonely up here. There's Brittany.
You're not alone.
So I think our first question really goes for Brittany. For Jackbox, is there an age range?
Not really. So when we're doing our Jackbox nights at the moment, what we're doing is there are family-friendly filters that we are putting on our games to make it appropriate as possible for all ages. This kind of leads into the next question about what programs are you hoping to run virtually. Potentially, we will start running Jackbox nights and stuff like that for like fellowship specifically, and that would change some of the content. But no, there is no age range. Our youngest person who's joined us is 6, and our oldest person who's joined us is like in their late 20s. So anywhere in between, feel free to join. It's fun for everyone.
Awesome. And this next question is for Christian. Who is your favorite lead team member, and why is it Christian?
I don't know who wrote that. I have no clue who wrote that question. I think it would be kind of narcissistic for me to answer that. So
okay, we'll skip. Is Aaron able to be on stage?
He can. He just got to start his stuff.
As a C question, Aaron, they have a question there. I wonder if the new website there would be a way to connect parents with other parents.
That's a really good question. I don't think we have that in mind, but not to say that we're not at a point where we could build that functionality in if parents choose to opt into, maybe it's a messaging board to exchange contact information. But I think it's a really good idea. And if people or families want to buy into sharing their information so that they can connect with others, I think that's a really good idea. We're all about community. And so why can't we create community for our parents and families as well? I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I agree. And I think we can always try and Trails Lake has coffee chat groups, as Suzanne mentioned there. Autism Calgary has lots of parent support groups. But we can definitely look at how we do that, especially as it pertains to programs. I know in past families knowing who's coming so they can make plans. If they're going to pick up late, they can have, Aaron take Max home until I'm ready to pick him up. And so yeah, that's a great thing we can offer through. We can figure a way to offer for sure. And I lost the Q&A. I split screens. Aaron, again for you, I think. How do I get access to the BTB news board for respite? This is from a staff member we have.
Perfect. Yeah, really good question. So everyone's access remains the same. You can, even though your @AAFS Calgary email doesn't work, you can still use it to log in to break the barrier right now. And I believe under news boards on the left-hand side, when you log in, then you'll click on AAFS news board, and then respite opportunities will all be there. If you need some guidance, you can contact anyone on the lead team, and we can provide some direction.
Is anybody has any pressing questions you didn't get a chance to ask? You can definitely enter them now. You can also send us an email or note if you'd rather ask it in a different form. We are here. We are open. We're still here to deliver. Also, please be sure to reach out with us with respite requests. And for all those staff in the room, we are posting respite for the summer, and we will be providing our staff with some tools to help empower them to feel safe doing respite. Because because yeah, we definitely know our families need support, and we have an incredible group of people really waiting on the sidelines to, I guess, get back in the game. So they're ready to help you out, and we hope we can connect as many as possible. So if there's no other questions, and does anybody else want to come up on stage right now and say goodbye? We'll go into conversation mode after this for a few minutes. We'll leave it open so people can mix and mingle a little bit.